You have just mentioned who the candidates, deputy candidates will be, and you have also inaugurated your campaign body. Sir, can you tell us what are the mandates that you are giving out for them, for the people of Lagos? What's the mandate?
Thank you very much. Like you all know, I've known you for almost 20, 25 years now. I knew you when you were a young reporter. I know you are now an astute reporter. However, for Lagos, it has always come natural as far as, as far as the deliveries are concerned. We're following a 10-point agenda, but I won't go through the whole 10 points. I first want to direct my views to the mandate that we're giving even the deputy governor first. And the mandate is that she's going to be in charge straight away of the educational wing of the administration. You understand? That's the Ministry of Education. That is going to be her focus. And we're going to focus a lot on education because of the future of Lagos, the future of our children, the future of children yet unborn. And in that policy manifesto, we have straight away free education for the nursery, primary, and secondary. Free education. And that free education is going to also involve training for our teachers, okay, training school, also creation of training schools, vocational schools, because we see that definitely the world is changing and we need growth. The cleanliness of Lagos is part of it. The double taxation, for instance, for all civil servants, in our first tenure, we're going to reduce by 50%. We're going to slash by 50% the taxes that we call payee. Well, whatever the case might be, whatever taxes that we are charging our civil servants, we're going to create that relief. Let us all understand one thing. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has released a huge, enormous amount of money to the states, especially Lagos State. We get money, if we used to get 25 billion before, we are getting 50 billion now. You understand? If we used to get 10 billion before, we're getting 20 billion now. You understand? In a state where we have 3.3 trillion FAC plus revenue, not billion, trillion. You can examine what that figure is like. Why should anybody in Lagos State have problems, of financial problems, of field strain, of the structural adjustment program that the government is pursuing? That is one. The other one is power. Why is it in Lagos State medium-sized factories cannot work? They cannot operate. Under this situation, it is very difficult. I am an industrialist myself. I know how much it costs for power. I know what the those in the beauty salon are going through. I know what the barbers are going through. I know what the vulcanizers are going through. I know what most of these people are going through. If they are going through this structural adjustment program, why would we come in through our local government and through the state and start twisting their arms for them to pay tax? So it is double jeopardy. I believe that if you have policy, and if you are running government, you should run government with a human face, and that is more important than any other thing. So we have that. We have our health. You go to hospitals right now, you have been given money from the federal, and someone that has ordinary malaria, he goes to General Hospital, Nasut, in GRA, and is given a bill to go and buy drugs worth 60 something thousand naira, and the minimum wage is 70,000. Where is he going to get it? And malaria is one of the highest reasons of death. Then, not to talk of those that have cancer, not to talk of those that have high blood pressure. From their salaries, how can they afford it? We as a government can afford to do it for them, even if it is to slash it by 50%. That government, we will create pharmaceutical centers, Lagos State pharmaceutical centers. Instead of creating Lagos State Safety Commission, we will create pharmaceutical centers where Lagosians, by you showing your card, showing your NIN, showing that you live in Lagos, showing that you are resident in Lagos, you can go there and access drugs at 50%. But it will be controlled by doctors. Do you understand? It means you have to go to a general hospital. The doctor will give you the prescription and you will take it to the Lagos Pharmaceutical Center for your drugs at a minimal fee. So you have that. You are also looking at how you're going to run this state. At the moment right now, we have what? We have close to 80% of our youths jobless. What is Lagos State doing about it? Other than you telling them to come and work in the ministry. We are not saying come and work in the ministry because the government should not be the highest employer of people. Thank God for people like Dangote that has created almost 50 to 100,000 jobs within 6-7 months. Government should create the environment for medium-sized businesses, higher scale businesses, the little businesses to thrive. Can you imagine how many staff just a saloon owner employs? Just a saloon owner. If she's thriving, if she's making good money, and all she needs is for you to reduce her power bill. That's all. And to control whatever the landlord is charging her. That is all. She has maybe about 5 ladies working for her, doing nails, pedicure, manicure, another one doing hair, another 4, making 8. The cleaners, 2 or 3, making 11. You have the security men, 2, making 13, 14. Can you imagine how many of that will go around? And then she now has trainees with her, another 5 or 6. Come on. That is how government trickles down policy and increases wealth. Wealth is not something that is abstract. I have personally built wealth for myself. So what does it take me to build for others? I know those that have come through my own tutelage. I have kings that have gone through my tutelage that are kings today. I have governors that have come through me that have been 2-time governors. So what is it that I have been able to transfer to work with those people when they were not in those positions? And they have also risen up to be in those positions today. So if we look at that, we put that aside. One thing that is very pertinent to us, that's both of us now, is the issue of refuse collection in Lagos State. It is an eyesore. I don't know what you press people are doing, but all you need to do, I don't need to talk about it. All you need to do is drive around the Lushusu, drive around the Alimosho area, go to Oshodi Solo. It stinks. As a matter of fact, it has polluted even the soil, that those living in that area, in those areas, they cannot even drill boreholes anymore. Because in drilling their boreholes, they come with stench in their water. What are we doing? Not to talk of flooding that has eroded the whole of Lagos. The problems, the thing there is that the problems that we have had in Lagos for the past 20 years is the same problems that we have today. And they continue to say the same thing. That is the funny part. When I contested in 2003, I contested for governor in 2003 at the age of 38. For governor, Bola Ahmed Tinubu who is the president today, was leaving his seat at that time. And to God be the glory. I remember him because he saw what I was saying was true, and he's alive. He called me for meetings 3 to 4 times. He called me in his house in Bodilon. He called me in the roundhouse. He called me in GRA. We're on live TV. We're on TV now. So if I lie, he can he can respond. You understand? And I did not join the APC. I did not join the ACN. I did not join the AC. But I saw his vision. And he told me then that he was going to be the head of state. So this is a man with vision at the end of the day. I'm not campaigning for APC because 2027 is campaign for Bola Tinubu or campaign for APC. They're two different things. So when you see someone, he is in APC and he gave our own state governor in Oyo State, I won't mention his name, 50 billion for just an explosion in the state. At the end of the day, this is someone that has transcended that. Let me go away from there so that they don't say I'm campaigning for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. No, I'm not. I am saying that the governors have to live up to their responsibilities. And that is why I'm saying that there's going to be a paradigm shift in the running of this country as a country. Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not need anything again. He is probably going to get his second term anyway. You understand? But the political terrain must change. The delivery of the dividends of democracy must change. Look at our old people. Our old people are supposed to get on Lagabus for free. All we need to do is make sure that they have their cards. All we need to do is make sure that they take their drugs. All we need to do is make sure that we have some homes where they can go play Ludo, play draft, play with themselves in those homes. These are areas of tranquility. I went to China for the first time in 2007. And walking into the airport, they wrote all the ministries that are in China. Will you believe it that in China they had the Ministry of Happiness? I've never had it in any other country. So I asked my partner, I said, why do you have the Ministry of Happiness? He said, after the Chairman Mao period, that a lot of Chinese nationals were going into depression. You understand? So they had to create that Ministry of Happiness just to reduce the tension and the pressure on their minds so that they can live longer. And that's where they started all these putting up centers where you can go for yoga, go for kung fu, go for, do you understand? They started using their traditional exercise exercises to reduce debt. They cannot invest anything more in the power in running their companies. So what are they doing? They are twisting turning meters, doing all kinds of things. And this tells on the economic survival of the family hold. So what do we do? Lagos State, I am saying it today, the day we step into government, we are going to sit down with the discos in Lagos State. We are going to talk to them. We are not going to buy them out because we are not supposed to be in business. We don't have any business in running industries, but we are going to be major shareholders in that sector. We are going to flood our excess money in there. We are going to make sure that we reduce the amount of money that you all pay for power in Lagos State. And in the industrial areas, we are going to reduce it much lower that the manufacturers are going to be able to make money in their businesses. So this is what we are going to do as far as that sectors are concerned. Now, going back to your question, like I said, we've gone through all the different areas that we are talking about. In doing this, definitely, or in getting into government, definitely we're going to need what? We're going to need ourselves. But remember that we always talk about the grassroots, right? Have you ever seen a situation where someone can count how many roots the grass has? That is the reason why we call it grassroots, because people shoot up, they wither, new people come up. So the grassroots is enormous. Not to say that we do not want our people. You saw me say that those people that have left our party should come back. You understand? It's not only that. Definitely, we are also mobilizing. You see that we've just appointed a Director General of the Independent Campaign. The Independent Campaign is made up of different parties. There's ADC there, there's NDC there, there's Labour there, there's Obedient there. How are you sure that the DG is not even obedient? You understand? So, at the end of the day, we have already opened our doors to people joining, and a lot of people are joining. You see the number of people that came. We didn't entice them or anything. The only thing we did now is to give them refreshments. I was talking, my deputy was asking me that, you know, how much did we spend? And I said, we just spent money on... She said, yes, that... Where did all these people come from? And I'm like, they came because that is the determination, that is the support that they are giving us. It is now for us to go and do the needful. You understand? Yes, sir. So, you know, in answering that, I hope I have answered you to that extent as far as the unity is concerned and as far as the women are concerned.
Thank you very much.